Milk and other dairy products make up a large part of the American diet, as well as many other diets around the globe. It is a commodity that is relied on and valued by many cultures. Milk production comes with its fair share of risks to health and safety, as well as quality of the final product. Follow these important steps and you'll protect not only yourself, but other workers, the animals, the equipment, the milk, and therefore the consumers. This video will demonstrate the steps required to meet or exceed these expectations and have a safe, wholesome product as a result. To ensure the milk is a high-quality product, the cows must first be happy, comfortable, and stress-free. This can be achieved by providing shade, ventilation and airflow, misters, fans, and comfortable bedding, as well as plenty of food and water. The more comfortable the cows are, the more milk they produce of a higher quality, which means the dairyman gets paid more for the product. Another factor that must be considered is milking times. The cows are accustomed to being milked at a certain time every day, meaning that if the cows have to wait longer than normal, their udders become too full and they can experience extreme discomfort. This also means that the cows must be milked 365 days a year. At Fresno State, they're milked twice per day, once at 2 o'clock a.m. and again at 2 o'clock p.m. In addition, this means that often when it's time to be milked, the cow's teats become stimulated to release the milk. This usually happens when the cow hears the sound of the milking parlor. The milking parlor at Fresno State is in a herringbone design, meaning that the stalls are staggered and at a 45-degree angle from the center aisle. This is a useful technique to save room in small spaces. Another advantage to this setup is that the angle of the stalls makes it more difficult for the cow to kick you. However, a disadvantage is that due to the angle of the cow, you must reach around the back leg of the cow to reach the udder. Before you begin, you must ensure you have all necessary equipment and supplies. Your attire should include comfortable clothes that are easy to move in. These clothes will not remain clean throughout this process, so choose wisely. Long pants are a requirement, along with tall rubber boots with traction on the bottom. Long hair must be tied back, and all jewelry should be removed from the hands and wrists. In addition, a waist pack is recommended for quick access to single-use paper towels, as well as a trash can in a central location for convenient disposal. Other necessary equipment includes disposable single-use nitrile gloves, an iodine solution with lotion in an open-topped bottle, and a hose. Other equipment must be sanitized before use. Using a 3-compartment sink composed of warm soapy water to wash, clear water to rinse, and a chemical solution to sanitize, implement a clean out-of-place system for the milk pumps, the pipes, and any screws, clamps, or other hardware that can be removed from the pipe system. Once sanitized, reassemble the pipes carefully to ensure all pieces are placed back correctly. Next, you will clean the tank using a clean in-place system and a sanitizing solution. At this time, it is also important to ensure that the valves carrying the milk through the pipes are directing the milk from the cows to the tank. Avoid making the mistake of leaving a valve open and having all of the milk go directly down the drain. At this time, you will also insert a new piece of filter paper into the filter that the milk flows through on its way from the cows to the tank. The filter is crucial because it removes physical contaminants from the milk. The next step in milking is to get the cows into the parlor and in their individual stalls. As previously mentioned, the cows know when it's time to be milked, so when the gate is opened, they start to wander in. Once they are in the stall and facing away from the center aisle, you will close the gate to keep them still. Once the cows are in place, you will prepare the teats for milking. Use disposable paper towels to clean physical soil and other matter off the teats. Then manually squeeze the initial milk out of each teat. This is important because that milk most likely has the highest bacterial load. It is also a visual check to ensure the cows aren't showing any signs of mastitis, which is a bacterial infection of the teats and udder. Signs of mastitis include a greenish tint to the milk. If you see this, refrain from milking that cow until all of the healthy cows have been milked. The infected milk is not safe to be sent to the tank with the rest for human consumption. Once you confirm that the cow is healthy and the milk looks normal, dip each teat in the iodine solution to kill bacteria. This must remain on the teat for at least 30 seconds to be effective. Once you have completed this sequence for every cow in the row, the iodine solution has remained on the udder of the first cow long enough to be removed. Wipe the teat with a paper towel to remove excess iodine solution. Next, turn on the milk pump unit and attach a pump to each teat. The pump will continue until it detects that the milk supply is getting low and automatically stops pumping. The machine will measure how much milk is being collected from each cow and display the amount in pounds. It will flow directly to the tank so it can be cooled to 45 degrees Fahrenheit or below as quickly as possible. Stay alert and pay close attention to your work so you can react quickly if a cow kicks her pump off her udder. If the pump falls on the ground, it can contaminate the milk, especially if the cow defecates on it before it can be picked up. While the cows are in the parlor, be diligent about hosing down the floor when fecal matter is present. This decreases the potential risk of spreading infections and decreases the bacterial load in the milk, which is another way for dairymen to get paid more for their milk. Once the cow's milk supply has been depleted, the cow is released. Her natural instinct is to lie down and rest, so it is crucial to have food and water waiting by the exit of the parlor to briefly keep the cows occupied. For the first 30 minutes after milking, the cow's teats are still open. This greatly increases the risk of developing mastitis, especially if the cow were to lie down. Once the cow leaves the parlor, hose down the pump unit and the ground where the cow was standing. This entire process will be repeated until all of the cows have been milked. Sick cows, called hospital cows, are milked last to avoid the spread of infection and an increased bacterial load in the milk. It is crucial that the valves to the tank are closed before the hospital cows are milked to avoid contaminating the entire load. The milk from these cows should go directly down the drain. Hospital cows can be identified by the red band around their ankle. However, sometimes these bands can fall off. Always check the whiteboard in the parlor to see the complete list of current hospital cows, identified by the number on their tag. After all cows have been milked, you must clean and sanitize all equipment so it is ready for the next milking in just 12 hours.